Hi everyone, it's Gina Sunderland, Food and Consumer Relations Specialist Dietitian with Manitoba Chicken Producers. Welcome to our Canada's Agriculture Day Facebook Live, and thank you for your patience as we just had a couple moments of tech trouble, but everything is set to go, and we are so excited to be celebrating Canada's Agriculture Day with all of you. It's a really important time to reflect on where our wonderful Canadian food comes from and our amazing farmers who so caringly produce it for us. And today we're very excited because we are going to take you to meet 5 of our farm families, and we are going to share their stories with all of you. So for those of you that have never had a chance to visit a chicken farm, you are going to have a chance to meet 5 of our families and find out why they love being chicken farmers. We're also going to make 2 fantastic recipes, Manitoba chicken recipes that we absolutely love. One celebratory wings recipe, our favorite wing recipe, our Korean wings. And we're going to show you why not only is it delicious, but it's super easy to make. And we're also going to teach you to make a brand new recipe, our chicken meatballs with tomato sauce. So I am going to start this live by showing you how to make our Korean wings. And of course, a live wouldn't be a celebration without great prizes. And we have 3 wonderful prizes for you tonight. We have 3 $75 grocery gift cards, and you'll have a chance to be entered into a draw to win one of 3 of those grocery gift cards just by asking us a question or sharing a comment in the comments box. Both of our recipes will be in the comments box too, and you can find them with a link, and they're on our website, manitobachicken.ca. So I am going to start with our tried and true favorite Korean wings recipe. So this one comes together so easily. You make a beautiful marinade. The wings only need to marinate for about 15 minutes. We're going to start out with 3 tablespoons of soy sauce and a couple cloves of minced garlic. So you just put all of your marinade ingredients together. 2 teaspoons of canola oil, a teaspoon of sesame oil that adds so much incredible flavor. If you like a little bit of heat, half a teaspoon of our chili flakes. This recipe is delicious because, well, for many reasons. There's lots of great flavors coming together here. We've got 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. We've got a tablespoon of our rice vinegar, and those are acids. And so what they do is they marinate and infuse the flavor into those chicken wings really quickly. Another wonderful flavor enhancing ingredient is about a teaspoon of our fresh lime zest, 2 chopped green spring onions. Lots of things, but it's all worth it. About 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. So we're sort of balancing out the salty and the sweet. A tablespoon of fresh chopped ginger. Oh, smells so good. One of my favorite ingredients. Did you know you can also freeze ginger and grate it after? So if you get a big piece, you don't have to waste it. You can peel it and freeze it. And then there's a great ingredient that enhances and gives that real Korean flavor, and it's a Korean chili sauce. So about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of that. So you put that all together. Very simple here, and then just whisk it. And you want to whisk this until the brown sugar is dissolved. So a couple neat things about this recipe. This is the marinade, but you can also save half and baste at the end of cooking, or save half and use this as a dipping sauce. So I am going to pour about half of this marinade on top of 2 pounds of wings. So I've got wings and drumettes here, and I'm going to save a little bit to baste at the end. And all you do is coat your chicken wings with this fabulous marinade. Super simple. And because of the lime juice and the rice vinegar, that in flavor of the marinade infuses so quickly that they only need to marinate for about 15 minutes. Or the other thing I love to do too is marinate them overnight. Just slip it all into a Ziploc or reusable bag, and you can marinate them overnight and then get your weekend started. Okay, so while these chicken wings are marinating, we are going to take you over to meet 3 of our farm families. We're going to take you to meet Nathan and Stacy. They're going to share a little bit about animal care. We're also going to meet Andrew and his family, and he is going to share about the importance of giving back to the community through our Caring for Communities program, in partnership with Manitoba Harvest. And then we're also going to meet Kelvin and Kayla and their family. Kelvin's a third-generation farmer, and he is going to talk to you about sustainability and chicken farming. So we'll take it away to meet our farm families.
Nathan had loved farming. Nathan loves animals. Nathan loves taking care of animals. When the opportunity came to farm, we thought this is a lifestyle we want for our children.
It's been a great experience. Learning how to care for the birds, being gentle, what to watch for, the feed and the water, the air quality. Yeah, the kids are picking up on that so fast. The animal care program in Canada is fantastic. Number one, I think it unifies all of us Canadian producers under the same standard. It makes us very purposeful. We're audited by a third-party auditor, and with that, we have a consistent management practice throughout the producer group. There's about 2,800 producers in Canada, and we're privileged to be one of them. It's all very recorded and regulated, and it's just become the way of life for us, and we enjoy it, and it gives us confidence in what we do.
I think the chicken that we raise is healthy and the animals are so well taken care of. It is an excellent source of protein for our family.
What I enjoy most about farming is the variety of work that I do. I get to create something out from scratch, get to produce a product that other people can enjoy, whether it is the grain that I grow on my land or the chicken that we grow in our barns. I'm Andrew. I'm a fifth-generation chicken and grain farmer in southeast Manitoba. I farm together with my wife Jen, my parents Ken and Geraldine, and my brother Joseph. I have 4 kids myself, and I think of other families that might not be able to provide for their children, and I can't imagine how it feels not to be able to feed them nutritious meals every single day. So the Caring for Communities program is facilitated by Manitoba Chicken Producers, and what they do is they dedicate a certain amount of chickens per cycle that we want to donate to the Caring for Communities program. Those get placed in our barn, they get processed by our local processor and shipped directly to Harvest Manitoba for distribution. I feel extremely proud that Manitoba Chicken Producers came up with this Caring for Communities program, that I get to be part of a larger giving community. I'm just a small part of it, but I got lots of local farmers, neighbors in our community that are also giving to this cause, and I'm proud that we can support Harvest Manitoba in this way.
My name is Kelvin. I farm with my wife Kayla and our 4 girls, as well as my parents, my mom and dad. We have a mixed farm in south central Manitoba, south of Winnipeg. Our part of chicken farming is quite unique compared to a lot of other chicken farms in Manitoba. We have hatching eggs that are produced by our chickens. We have hens and roosters in the barn. The hens lay eggs that are fertilized. They get shipped to a hatchery where they hatch into chicks. Those chicks then go to many other farms across Manitoba where they are raised into chickens for meat. We have the birds that are essentially the parents of the chickens that are raised for meat on our farm. Our birds are free run, and so they can run around in the barn, and as you can see, the hens and roosters are free to go wherever they want in the barn. I think on the environmental side of things, where we have animals in a barn like this, it is efficient from an emissions perspective, and we've seen major reductions in the greenhouse gas emissions from chicken production in Canada over the past number of decades. We take pride in taking care of them and making sure that all their needs are met and that they are comfortable in the barn.
Well, wasn't that wonderful to see 3 of our farm families and to learn so much and have that up close and personal look of what life is like on a family-owned chicken farm right here in Manitoba. Well, now that our wings have been marinated, I'm going to give you the last couple tips for making this wonderful recipe. You simply put these wings on a pan with a rack. And you don't have to baste them or turn them. You can simply just place them on a rack. I like to put some parchment or some foil underneath. Makes cleanup just so easy. And then these go in the oven at 375 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. I like to get my wings a little bit crispy, so I usually bake these for about 40 minutes, and it is just that simple. I love to serve them with raw veggies, sometimes a cool ranch dip, whatever you like. The sky is the limit, but it sure is a delicious recipe. So I just want to welcome everyone. Maybe some of you have tuned in during the farm videos or during that first recipe. I'm Gina Sunderland, Food and Consumer Relations Specialist with Manitoba Chicken Producers, and we are celebrating Canada's Agriculture Day and our wonderful farmers that produce the healthy local food for us, like our Manitoba Chicken Producers farmers. Our next recipe is our chicken meatballs with tomato sauce, a brand new recipe. These meatballs are delicious, they're tender, they're lean, and they are oh so easy to make. So I am going to show you how these meatballs come together, and then we are going to take you over to meet a couple more of our wonderful, amazing farm families. Okay, so about a half a cup of breadcrumbs go into these recipes. You've got a couple options. So it's a pound of ground chicken. Of course, I should have mentioned that. So nice to have a few pounds of ground chicken in your freezer. And you can soak the breadcrumbs in the milk. There's a quarter cup of milk to half a cup of breadcrumbs. I like to just sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top and the milk, and it all comes together nicely. 1 beaten egg. Couple cloves of that delicious fresh garlic minced, a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter cup of fresh chopped parsley. That flavor really comes through nicely, and a quarter cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And that is it. And it is amazing how delicious these meatballs are. Just a few simple ingredients, and just give that a mix, and it all comes together. Now, well, I am mixing this up, and we will come back and show you. I've got a little trick for how to make these chicken meatballs. We are going to take you over to meet a couple more of our farm families. We're going to take you over to meet Jake and Justin, and they're going to talk about multi-generational farming and why they love farming together as a family. And then we are going to have you meet Claudia and Michael. They're first generation farmers, and they are going to share with you why they are so proud to be able to produce a healthy local food for all of us to enjoy. So we'll take it away to meet Jake and Justin and Claudia and Michael and their families.
Having family to share the good times, to share the work, to talk about values in life is just a great thing to be able to participate in. My name is Jake Wiebe. I'm farming here near New Bothwell with my wife Lorraine and our family, our daughter and son-in-law and their kids, as well as our son and daughter-in-law and their kids.
Technology has helped. We can detach from the barn at times and still be able to monitor on our smartphones, and that has helped. We can be out on the yard with the kids and still be connected. This chart shows our water consumption versus the curve.
We know that the three things the animals need in the barn is air, feed, water. Air, feed, water, it's really a simple thing, sounds very simple, but if you manage those three well, they grow well, they perform well. We used to not be able to track what we were doing in the barn as quickly as we can today. When our kids were growing up, we did a lot of things together here as well, and so they enjoyed the work. They remembered the work as the good times. They're just trying to emulate the same thing for their families, and we're just enjoying watching this cycle repeat itself.
That was my dream. It was my dream to be a farmer. The background and the lifestyle. Hi, I'm Claudia.
Hi, and I'm Michael.
And we're the Woman family. We just go walk to the barn and we check on our chickens to make sure that they have access to food and water. And we check for the temperature, if that's correct, and check the humidity. And just to make sure that our chickens are healthy and happy. They're running free with no cages. It's important for us to include our family in it and just to get them involved and understand where chicken comes from.
that's actually a family going home and they're going to cook a delicious meal and they're going to enjoy it amongst their family, and we take a lot of pride in that people are feeding their family and it's a healthy source of protein.
Produced at home and stays at home.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a chance to enjoy meeting some of our local Manitoba chicken producer farm families. It's really nice to get that up close and personal look. I know many people have never had a chance to be on a chicken farm or visit one, so it's really great to see how our farmers farm with such passion and care. I also want to mention that we have a brand new cookbook and education booklet called More Cooking with Manitoba Chicken. In this booklet, we've got some farming facts, some great recipes, food safety tips. For anyone that would like a copy of this, please send a direct message and we'll be happy to mail out a copy to you. All right, so I did promise that I had a great little tip to share with all of you on how to make perfect chicken meatballs. This is a great tip that you can also use to make perfect chicken burgers. So this is it, simple. Just put a little bit of oil on your hands and that ground chicken will not stick and you will have the easiest time making these meatballs, I promise. So I'm going to show you how I like to make them. You can make about 12 big meatballs from 1 pound of ground chicken. I make mine a little smaller. I get about 18 to 20. But you can see with just that little bit of oil on my hands, boom, you've got a perfect chicken meatball, not sticky at all. So easy to work with. Well, I make more of these meatballs. We are going to show you some more beautiful images of our farmers. We've got a lovely slideshow featuring our farmers and their families. So while I wash my hands and you watch the slideshow, please enter your questions into the chat box so we can enter you into that draw. And when we come back after our quick slideshow, I'm happy to answer any of your questions related to the recipes, food safety, chicken farming. The sky's the limit. So we're going to take it over to a beautiful slideshow presentation now. Enjoy. hope you enjoyed that slideshow presentation featuring some more of our farm families. Thank you to everyone who has stayed tuned. I'm excited to go to our Q&A in a moment, but just to finish up our chicken meatballs with tomato sauce, you simply buy your favorite jarred tomato pasta sauce, put it in a pot, start to warm it up, and then just slide those meatballs into that simmering sauce and let them simmer for about 30 minutes. And oh my goodness, they are so delicious. Serve with your favorite pasta. And it's just that simple. So I know many of you have asked some wonderful questions. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining in our Canada's Agriculture Day celebration featuring our Manitoba Chicken Producers farmers. I'm excited to answer your questions. I took a sneaky peek at one of the questions and someone was wondering where you buy the Korean chili sauce. You can get it in the Asian section of pretty much any grocery store. You do not have to go to an Asian market. This is the sauce that I used. It's just a ground fresh chili sauce or paste. And you should be able to find it pretty much anywhere. So all of the grocery stores have an international foods aisle now and it's readily available. So easy to access ingredient. Thanks for that question, Erica. And I'm just going to slide through. I am receiving these questions on my phone here, so not to be rude, but I need to take a peek down. The Korean wings are really not that spicy. They have a beautiful sort of savory flavor. Someone was asking if they were like a hot wing. You can make them spicier if you want. You can add more of the cracked red chili flakes or your own favorite hot sauce, but they're nice and mild. And if you want them to be super mild, just skip that half teaspoon of chili flakes. Yeah. Do chickens sleep throughout the night? Yes, they do. So something that you maybe didn't see when you were getting the views of inside the barn is that the chickens are on a light and dark cycle. So the lights are slowly dimmed just like it gets dark for us in the barns, and then the chickens have a nice restful sleep, and then the light slowly goes up brighter and brighter in the morning, just like the sun is coming up, and then the chickens wake up. So yeah. Yes, you can. Carolyn asked if you can marinate those wings overnight. I love to marinate these overnight. I know if I want to enjoy these on a Saturday evening while watching a hockey game, I'll get them ready on either Saturday morning or Friday night, and then they're just ready to go into the oven on Saturday night. Oh, someone has asked too if you should wash the chicken first. You absolutely do not need to wash your chicken. The safest way to know that your chicken is cooked is to use a meat thermometer. So the best way to ensure food safety is to wash your hands before cooking and anytime you have touched chicken, but you do not need to wash your chicken. It can actually spread droplets of bacteria around your kitchen and into the sink. So there's no need to wash your chicken. But what I can let you know is a super useful tool is a meat thermometer. And for chicken parts like the wings and our ground chicken, it should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. Insert it into the thickest part. So the thickest part of the meatball or the thickest part of the chicken wing or drumette. And that way you know your food is cooked safely and properly. You do not need to wash it. Someone's asking if you can buy chicken directly from farmers. Our farmers, we have 124 broiler chicken farmers here in Manitoba, meaning farmers that raise chickens for meat. And our farmers have their chickens brought for processing to two of our industry partners, to either XL Door, or some of you know of as Granny's, or to Done Right, where those chickens are processed and they're federally inspected and they're sold to all of our local grocery stores. Someone is wondering of how we know our chickens are up to top quality standards. Well, all of our farmers are registered farmers and they are third-party audited and they follow a national on-farm animal care and food safety program. It's called the Raised by a Canadian Farmer program, and all of our farms receive audits. So they are held up to the highest quality standards, and our chicken is of the highest quality standards of anywhere in the world. So we're extremely fortunate to have these wonderful farmers raising chickens all year for all of us to enjoy. And then we can find them in our grocery stores. Someone asked how long it takes for a chick to hatch or an egg. It takes 21 days. What kind of food do chickens eat? So for those of you that want some of these great facts, we have a great little Q&A in our More Cooking with Manitoba Chicken, but all chicken is grain fed. So it's a grain-based feed, and there's vitamins and minerals and protein added to that feed. So whether the label says it or not, all chicken in Canada is grain fed. Here in Manitoba, we grow a lot of wheat, so the grain is primarily wheat in our chicken feed. Is there a difference between the cooking time if you decide to make a meatball or a patty? Well, you know what, ground chicken does cook pretty quick, but the cooking time really depends on the temperature of your stove or your oven, and using a meat thermometer is the only way to ensure that your chicken is properly cooked. With these meatballs, sometimes I will pop them in the oven and I will cook them for about 20 to 30 minutes first and then just slip them into my sauce. It depends, however you like to prepare them. I find that they hold together a little bit better that way, and they probably take 20 to 30 minutes at 375 degrees, but I always use my meat thermometer. I insert it into the thickest part of either the patty or the meatball. Oh my goodness, you guys, thank you for so many questions. Those were just wonderful. We really appreciate everyone taking the time to tune in to our Canada's Agriculture Day Facebook Live, hosted by Manitoba Chicken Producers and myself, Gina. It's been such a pleasure to share recipes with you, to share wonderful farming facts, to answer your questions. And if you think of anything, please do share them in the comments box and we will get to your questions. We will be selecting 3 prize pack winners. You will be notified first thing tomorrow morning, and you will receive your grocery gift card straight into your inbox in your email. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Take a moment to thank a farmer. They work hard. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's a 7-day-a-week, 365 days a year to ensure that we always have access to that healthy local chicken 12 months of the year. So a huge thank you to all of our wonderful Manitoba farmers and to all of you for supporting Manitoba Chicken Producers. Happy Ag Day. Take care. Bye-bye.